Honestly, I think you just reach a point in your life where you're tired of making the same mistakes, where you're tired of making the same excuses, where you're just tired of life happening the way that it is always happening every other day, and you just want something new. The problem is you want to set a date for when to start to get there, and when the date comes, you always have an excuse. Let me do this for the last time. Let me stay in this relationship. Maybe this guy will be different after 1 month. Let me keep in this habit. Maybe someone will come along and help me get out of it. Let me keep complaining. Maybe the government will help me. Maybe my parents will help me. But there's a saying that goes that a man does not become a man until he realizes that no one is going to come and save him. And for the rest of their lives, they choose to do what can help them get better. So when we look at such a concept, 2025 is around the corner, and a number of us are saying, let me wait for the new year. Maybe that is when I will choose to do something different. Maybe that's when I'll choose to begin my new year goals or my new year plans. And first January is going to come around, 2025, and you still have failed to do anything about anything. You're still in the same situation that you were. So you just reach a point and really get tired. Yeah, you get tired of the friends, you get tired of the some of the things that family does, you get tired of the workmates, you get tired of your own self and the decisions that you're making. So how are we going to be able to get ahead in 2025 with better decisions and better acknowledgement of our deeds and starting a life that we want to live? I watched this podcast where the lady said that in order for you to love your life, you need to be able to build a life that you do not want to run away from, right? And under this, I would think that you must be able to set up hobbies that you actually like. I mean, honestly, think about it. Some of us, when they ask us what our hobbies are, we don't even know because we are used to hanging around friends. So you probably have a person who's asking you, what do you like to do? And then you're like, I don't know, I like going out, things like that. Well, that is stopping in 2024. And that is this very month of November. By the time December ends, we need to be able to be ahead in our decisions, our mental health, our self-discipline, our self-confidence, our self-esteem, how to interact with people, our emotional intelligence. And those are some of the topics that I'm going to be discussing on my channel. So you're welcome. And in today's episode, we are going to be looking at how to get ahead in life, or how to get ahead in 2024, so that 2025 finds you as a better person already. Now, first of all, you need to be at a level of self-actualization where you know everything that triggers you, where you know the things that work for you and the things that don't work for you. And I would say that to start a journey of self-growth and loving yourself more, taking care of yourself, making better decisions, handling money better, it starts with self-actualization, right? And this is a term that is under self-awareness. Now, self-awareness is the ability for you to know yourself, with things such as your triggers, your emotions, the things that make you happy, how you talk to people, how you're empathetic, how you deal with people. Now, that is self-awareness. And under self-awareness, there's this point of self-actualization, right? Where you sit down with yourself without anyone else telling you, Falda, this is how you are. I don't like the way you talk, but rather having a conversation with yourself. And I tell myself, Falda, I don't like the way that I talk to people. A number of times, morals have changed over time, right? How we behave with people, how we handle people. And in this day and age, it is called being antisocial, or just being an introverted person. But if you look at that in a deeper level, it comes with a lot of not talking to people, and that is something that I have actually faced over time. And I realized that at the end of the day, people ended up calling me proud, yet that is not what I want to brand myself as. When you walk into a room and you just keep quiet and mind your business, trust me, people get affected by that. But there's a way you can still mind your business and not be termed as someone who is proud, right? And this is something that I've been working on over time by simply starting to greet people, maybe at work, even on the way when I'm going to work. At least I say hello, good morning, wasuzotia, so that people get your vibe, even though you do not interact with them more. It's actually something that you're working on, and people start to see you for who you are, not this serious person that you are, or not this person who goes to the bar all the time. So I got tired of people thinking that I'm like that. So I decided to sit down and look at myself, evaluate myself, and see how can I get from here to there. Now that is what self-actualization is. Understand yourself. Huh? In a number of times, someone comes and tells you, hey, you, I really don't like how you do this. But it does not have to get to that if you're a person who knows yourself. Yeah. First of all, you need to be able to know what are those things that you do that anger anyone else or other people outside you. And that is the art of social intelligence, which we shall also discuss. But right now we're looking at self-actualization. When you sit down and look at yourself, what are those things that you also don't like about yourself? Start working there. If you want the world to change you and perceive you in a different way, it starts with you. You need to be able to sit down and view yourself in a way that is different from how you always do. And most of the negative self-talk comes from just to yourself. So how are you going to be able to do that? Get a book and a pen and write down all the things that you don't like about yourself. This is a real talk. Maybe you drink 24/7. Maybe you're someone who smokes 24/7. Maybe you don't talk to people at all, which is fine, but that's something that you should work on. Talk to people. Maybe you're someone who is so clingy in a relationship and people don't like that, and you realize that every other time you date someone, people are just leaving you alone. Yeah, and you end up alone. You're so miserable. Like, I feel like the least thing that we could do for ourselves in this time of generations is to love yourself deeply, unconditionally, and love yourself, even those dark corners of yourself. Yeah, because if you're waiting for someone to love you out of them, it's not going to happen. No one is going to come and save you. Actually, yes, they'll come, maybe for a week or two, a month, but when they realize these dark patterns of yourself, they're really going to leave, because they know they don't want to deal with that, and as a person you don't want to work on that. So sit down with yourself, write these things down, and have a roadmap of how you're going to get away from them. Right? If it is me being introverted and antisocial, how am I going to get out of that bubble? Right? I wake up in the morning, greet everyone, say hello, ask someone about how their day, smile at strangers. At the end of the day, you're going to realize that this feels nice to yourself, for just doing it for yourself and not even anyone else. Now that is self-actualization. When you also understand your triggers. A number of times when we hang out with friends, someone can say something. Most people hide the things in jokes, yeah. But you need to be able to know this person may have said it as a joke. You can either choose to bring it up, like, why are you saying something like that? I really don't like it. Or you can choose to ignore it. And ignoring, I think, is the worst thing ever, because once they say it the first time, first of all, you're going to start, if you're someone who believes in external validation, good or bad, you're going to start to believe what they say about you. No, that is not true. You need to be able to take charge of your life. And you can only take charge of your life if you know your emotions, if you know your weaknesses, if you know your challenges, if you know the things that trigger you, right? So that is self-actualization. And that is one concept that we need to work on over time in order to be able to manage our own emotions and to control how we react to people around us, in order to be able to have more friends, have better relationships with people. So that's the first step of getting ahead in 2025. Then the second thing is mindset. And this is something that is actually real. Actually, I watched a podcast this morning and I jotted down a few of the points. And the gentleman said that the mindset you have about everything will either build you or break you. I've made a TikTok about this on my page, and it's just about money. But when we look at life in general, the mindset you have about things is what is either going to make you a winner or a loser. Seriously, that's it. There's no better way to say it. If you're always in a victim mindset, which I would say is also the fixed mindset, you're not going to grow. Have you met some people who you talk to and they're like, me, I'm just that way? First of all, everyone hates that. Everyone hates that. You must be willing to change. Change your mindset. Think out of yourself. By the time people are telling you they don't like the way you do something, whether you're just like that or not, no one likes it. So be willing to change that about yourself. Then be willing to have a growth mindset where you accept what is being told to you, or accept what you know about yourself and change it, right? Be willing to change. Get out of that comfort zone of I'm happy here, where no, you're not happy. You're going to end up miserable. You're going to end up lonely. You're going to end up hated. You're going to end up antisocial. So just don't be like that. Be willing to embrace change. Embrace change. And a number of times, as the young people, we love to blame everything on what happened to us in the past. Well, I'm sorry that happened, and it has happened to everyone. You're not special, right? But you see that the people you can see, for example, probably four people coming from the same family, and one is really determined to change their story. The other one is still crying the same tears, and they're not going to get anywhere. If anything, they're likely to end up in witchcraft, because you've become so bitter to the world is going to become bitter to you. You know, what you put out there is what comes back to you. The world is like a boomerang. All life is like a boomerang. If you put out bad and you expect good to come out for you, baby, you're lying to yourself. So you must be willing to work on some things. Put out good. Start small. Start small. I'm not telling you that wake up and go read a million books in one day. No. Because even though you read them, they're not going to change anything about you, for you're just reading them just to get it done. But you need to be doing it differently. Have a growth mindset. Change from the thoughts that you always had. Okay, so what if life happened to you? So what? So what? So we are all going to sit and throw pity parties to justify the wrong things that we do in life, like drinking and smoking, drugs, I don't know, cocaine, because what? Because your mom slapped you when you were young. Well, come on, come on. You know, the Bible says that spare the rod and spoil the child. Things like that were bound to happen. They were literally predetermined or predestined before we got here. So you either grow up and outgrow that, whatever happened to you, and be able to live over that, or you choose to be in that victim mindset until it breaks you. Because, like I said earlier, you just reach a point and you're like, no, these emotions are not going to control me for the rest of my life. I'm going to choose to be happy. There's a reason why they say that happiness is a choice and happiness is free. There are some things that you can buy, but happiness is not one of them. Or maybe you can buy it, but how long and how much are you going to spend on it? So you need to be able to look at such things in order to change the way you think. And also, when it comes to business, the way you view failure and success have a lot to do with how you're going to succeed in life. If you're someone who takes failure personally, and the first thought that comes to you when you get a problem or when you fail at something is, oh my God, I've never been good at anything, I'll never be good at anything, oh my God, I'm so bad, then that is exactly what you're going to be. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. That is exactly what you're going to be. So in order to be able to overcome some of the things that you've gone through, and when it comes to situations like losing friends, losing family, losing lovers, it is bound to happen. Yeah, have a mindset that this, yes, I had these people in my life. What did I what did they teach me? And you need to understand that people are here with us for seasons, but the only person that you get to be with 24/7 and for the rest of your life is you. So if you can't fill your own cup and love it and drink from it fast, then you don't have a cup at all. That's the truth. And the next thing I would say is be intentional. Really be intentional about where you want to be, what you want to do with your life. Don't let everyone else choose for you what you want to be, because you're going to wake up when you're 35, 40, and you still don't know what your purpose is in life. You don't know what you want out of life, because all this time you've been taking out from everyone what they said externally about you. Like, reach a point in your life where you want to call the shots. Yeah, I mean, they can call the shots for you at work. but how you respond is entirely up to you. Hmm? How you evaluate what is being told to you, how you take it in, is completely up to you. You must be willing to be intentional about where you want to be in life. If you want to be an entrepreneur, a business owner at probably 25, you're 22 right now. What are you going to do to get there? Don't just tell me that you're going to wake up at 25 and this is who you want to be and then it's going to happen. No, there are steps that are taken to get there, to be that person that you want to be, and you must be willing to take those steps. If you want to be, I want to be someone who is really good at speech, right? And this does not have to come with me being in media or something. I'm just using my art already and leveraging social media in order to be able to push my art out there, to publicize my passion. Because when we sit and have the conversation of passion against career, it is not going to end. A number of people make it through passion, whereas some make it through career. And what's the percentage of those who make it through career? It's really limited, because at the end of the day, you have to start a business. The reason why you see your parents going to work and maybe they have a farm somewhere and maybe they have a bakery somewhere is because that is their investment. So if you want to get there, you're still young. You know, when you hear that being said a lot by older people, you may think you're privileged to have the liberty of having time on your side. But the truth is, you actually don't. 2024 just started and it's coming to an end in less than 40 days, guys. And you're still doing the same things you are doing at the end of the year. Over time, every other week, you told yourself, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But you're still doing it. You need to be intentional, right? And that is why they say that your self-discipline must be stronger than your motivation, because some days you wake up and you just don't want to go to work, and you just don't want to talk to that person, and you just don't want to go to the gym, something that is going to help you, and then you don't go just because you don't feel like it. Well, self-discipline is the ability to forego short-term gratification in order to attain long-term goals. You'll have a paper on Monday, you're going to say, I'm not going to go out because I want a 90 in this paper. You've been served with a very fat burger. Just tell yourself that I'm not going to eat this. This is just bread and beef and chicken. I'm not going to eat it, so that tomorrow I can be able to hit the gym when I'm feeling refreshed, when I don't have something in my stomach that is making me feel bloated, right? That is self-sacrifice. And a number of us do have it at a particular extent, but it is not strong. It is not strong enough. Have you had friends who you go out with and they don't drink, and straight up from day one they're going to say, I don't drink, right? And then people are going to be like, this girl is a show off. But no, that is them setting their boundaries and sticking by them, right? Even you set your boundaries when it comes to yourself, being alone with yourself and being with other people. So that is how you're going to be able to be intentional and put your heart into it. If you want to be driving a car by 24, put your heart into it. How are you going to be able to do it? Or you want to tell me that you want to put it on your status or on your birthday wish list, and hopefully someone is going to come and buy it for you. That mindset of thinking that people are going to save you, just get over it. No one is going to save you. Not even your mom, not even your dad, especially if you've hit 22. There is some just mental notes that they have that this person is gone. So you need to be responsible for yourself, for your actions, for your feelings, for your finances. No one is going to come and save you. I'm telling you that. And the earlier you realize it, the better that it's going to be for you. You're going to just start doing what works for you, right? And the next thing I wanted to talk about, the fourth thing, is you need to be able to exercise self-discipline. Like I said earlier, self-discipline is mandatory. That's just it. Forego all these short-term gratifications, forego getting high, forego getting drunk, just so that you can be able to be at office and be reasonable and do something, make some work that can be seen. And when it comes to the workspace, that would be my fourth point, or just not even workspace, life in general. Know the difference between friends and colleagues. Yes, know the difference between the two. Friends are those people you can sit down and party with and do anything, and no one is going to judge you, right? Or they may judge you and things get fucked up, etc. etc. But at this point in life where we've reached, you need to be able to silence the influence of your friends in your life. You need to know who you are as an individual. Hmm? And this goes into you the question of who are your colleagues? Who are your colleagues? Who is that person at work who is reminding you of the goals you set? Who is that person who's reminding you of the vision that you said you wanted? That reminding you that you said you had to buy a car, now time is running out. That is who a colleague is. They are there to push you, to pump inspiration into you. That is your colleague. And I would advise everyone out there to love their colleagues, because these are the people who see your potential and give it to you just the way it is. There is no friendship quality per se, but there is that level of understanding, of maturity between the two of you. So you need to be able to get people who do that for you, right? And when I talk more on this, I would say that the colleagues you make will help you go far on your journey. You've had that thing of mentors, having mentors and coaches, life coaches. It is necessary. The reason why there is a coach is that where there is a coach at the gym is because this person is going to pump energy into you even when they don't see it in you. They are going to pump it into your mind. They are going to push you to lift heavier because they know that you can. They can tell that you can. So that is the same thing as life itself. You need to have those people who pump you, who push you, who tell you on your worst days that, you know what, just get up and go. Get up and go. Because if you don't have those people, trust me, you're going to be burnt out 24/7. You're going to hate life. You're going to hate everything about life. And that's my fourth point. I really want to keep this brief. And moving on to the fifth is love life. Love life. We are here for a minimum time. Be critical about what you take into your body, into your mind. There's a lot of things happening currently. There's this social media advancement where people have to, where we are getting all the knowledge online. Be critical about what you take in. You don't want to be that person who they ask, what do you bring to the table? Because all you can do is dance TikToks. All you can do is want someone to think for you. Guys, you need to think for yourself. You need to have that sense of individuality, right? Where you know what you want. You know where you have to be at this time. You know what you want out of life. And if you already know what you want out of life and you've set the goals to get there and you're intentional about them and you are disciplined towards achieving them, I guarantee you that you are going to get where you want to be in life. There is no end game. There's no success without sacrifice. That's for sure. If you want to do something, if you want to lose that extra weight, if you want to have better friendships, relationships, if you want that career advancement, if you want that entrepreneurial journey, you need to be able to put love into whatever you're doing. You need to be able to change your mindset. You need to be able to be intentional. Be intentional. I don't know, I'm emphasizing that because so many of us want so many things, but we are not doing anything differently. Yeah, we sing the same songs, we dress the same way, we do everything the same, and yet we all want to be different individuals and just dare to be different. Dare to be different. In this generation where we are all the same, choose yourself. What works for you? You may be an artist and you draw the most beautiful paintings. Do that. You may be someone who is into soccer or sports and you do it passionately. Do that. There is something unique about everyone. Look for what's unique about you. Look for your voice. Yeah. And with today's podcast, I would love to wind down by telling you that God speaks to you when you're alone. He speaks to you in those silent moments. And pray continuously to hear God's voice, because it is useless going around when you don't have any internal motivation. That's even just not from yourself, from the higher being that you believe in. So go into the world, sit down as you make your goals, to achieve before 2025. And know that this time you're doing it differently. You're doing it for the love of yourself, and learn to heal from a point of self-love. A number of times, some of us heal because we hate something about ourselves. Chances are that thing is going to happen again because you didn't give yourself time to heal from a place of love. Let me give you two perspectives. A place of love is a place of hate is I am really fat. I hate this about myself. I'm going to go to the gym and I've given myself 1 month to lose all this weight. Then a place of love is Father, I love myself. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to work out every single day, and I'm going to wait for what the results are going to be, because I'm putting these small steps into myself to get there and be able to lose all this weight, right? That is what healing from a place of self-love is. Secondly, I've been in this relationship. This is another example. I've been in this relationship and I really hate this guy. I'm going to cut him off completely because I feel like that is what is best for me. I want to take my power back, right? But if you say, I hate this guy, he does this, da 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 da, it's all about him. You've made this all about him. So you're going to hate the whole process. You're even going to hate dealing with people who are like him. Yet people are different. You may hate dealing with people who are tall. You may hate dealing with people who are broke. You may hate dealing with people who are rich, because you have this mindset that because you left some guy who didn't do you well because he was tall or small or etc, or this babe who was thick, you're going to hate everyone else because of that, right? But if you say that I'm going to hate this, you're going to realize that you're going to hate that quality in people. When you meet someone and there's someone who gaslights, they don't listen to when you're speaking, right? Or when you have something to say about them, you're going to hate that quality in them. But otherwise, I hope that you are okay, and I really wish you a nice 2025 and remaining 2024. I pray that you find everything that you're looking for, because you can. I mean, anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it. And the final thing is, all things are possible through God. Stay blessed. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you.